All right. I want to talk about the story for 7.5 and going into the new expansion Evercold. I'm just gonna have some whatever footage playing in the background. It's like some kill of the new extreme. Um, so we did 7.5, and my knee-jerk reaction is it's good. It feels like Final Fantasy 14 again. A lot of stuff that happened like leading up to Dawn Trail and of course the 7.0 story didn't like characters didn't feel like themselves. You know, like the Scions were with us, but they weren't really like doing anything. There's no point to it. Now, you know, like kind of like in the what I said for the point 4 patch, Scions are feeling like themselves. We got like a little bit of a mystery going on. There's lots of things you can theory craft for. My initial thoughts were I liked it, but let's talk about some of the details. We learned a little bit about Evercold, and we learned a little bit about Halmarut. So, Halmarut is the new quote-unquote villain, I guess, but they're setting her up to be not very villainous right off the get-go. You know, she already feels like a sympathetic villain. She introduces herself to us. She's like, "Yeah, I'm an Asian, and we're kind of, you know, usually at odds, but there's this problem that is a problem for all of us, and I have a solution, but you're not going to like it." And so, basically, we get the trolley problem, right? You know, you're on a train, and you're going to run over like 5 people, but if you pull a lever, then you'll run over 1 person instead, right? So we already have like a morality issue right from the get-go, and what I got from it is that Halmarut believes that what she's doing is right because less destruction will happen, but she also sees what we've done in the past, and she sees that we have defied the odds and we have found solutions that were unexpected. So she's like, you can try and solve this too if you want. You know, I'm gonna do my thing, but if you want to try and solve it, you can do your thing too, right? So right from the get-go, like I don't feel like we're at odds. I feel like we Hamaru expects us to try and stop her plan, but I think she's also rooting for us to find a solution that she can't find. And I think Calyx is, I don't know what Calyx is doing. Calyx is kind of a weird character, I feel like. With the new information of what's going on with they're calling the solstice, basically like all of the reflections naturally rejoining and causing mass death. It kind of makes, in retrospect, everything that Calyx was doing on the ninth and whatnot, like, was that just like a pet project of his? It's like that doesn't seem like it's helping the doesn't like everything with the endless, basically. It's like that seemed a weird thing for Calyx to be doing, but Calyx did say that, like, yeah, I'm part of this group, but all the members of the group are also kind of like doing their own thing and kind of want their own thing. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how Calyx is used in the future. I think Halmaru is already set up to be a sympathetic quote-unquote villain. And they already said that, you know, we're going to interact with another Winterer on the 4th. So my impressions is because we're starting this new, like, the Godless Realms saga, right, that they talked about in FanFest. It sounds like Halmaru is going to be, like, an overarching long-term character, and we're probably going to learn and defeat whatever the Winterer is on the 4th. So I have a feeling like the main villain we're going to interact with in Evercold specifically is going to be this new Winterer that we haven't met yet, and Halmaru is going to be staying around for a while. That's my impression. I'm really excited. I wish I didn't have to wait 9 months for Evercold. It feels like Final Fantasy 14 again. I'm really looking forward to where this goes. both from a story perspective and a gameplay perspective. What else did it say? Oh yeah, she invoked Xenos. She showed us a replica of Xenos' scythe, which, by the way, I want that scythe on my Reaper. But she also called Xenos the Wanderer. And I believe the Wanderer is what they called... they referenced the Wanderer in the Evercold cinematic that we saw. So I'm like, wait a minute. Everyone kind of assumed the Wanderer was going to be the Warrior of Light, right? But was it Xenos? Did Xenos do something on the 4th before he came back? Xenos was able to go through the rift just like an Ascian, because he was an Ascian in everything but name. So that's interesting. Did Xenos do something on the 4th? That's fascinating. I really... Xenos is never coming back. Xenos is dead forever. But it's interesting that we can still kind of have like, oh, Xenos did this a while ago. And because there's timey-wimey stuff going on between the reflections, he could actually have like a really big... he could have a really big part to play in like the history of the 4th. That's fascinating. I really like Xenos. I think Xenos is great. I made a little video about him. So overall, I think that I think we're back. Is basically it. I think we're back. I'm so excited to see where the story goes. They've been way better since the 0.2 patch, in my opinion. So I'm excited for the story. I'm excited for the gameplay. I have so much Final Fantasy XIV that I still want to play. There's so many things in the game that I still haven't done. So I think this is a great time to be a Final Fantasy XIV player, and I'm so excited to see what comes next. There isn't a whole lot more to go on. Like we had a little field trip to the Void, and we talked with Xenos, but I feel like that was just a demonstration of the use of the key. My impression of the use of the key is we got a portal to like directly to Zero when we had the key close to us, and we just thought about Zero. I honestly, I think it's a power of friendship moment. I think we thought about our friend, and the key gave us a portal to our friend. I think it's kind of a reverse Asm Crystal, where the Asm Crystal summons champions from beyond the rift, summons our friends to us. I think the key, which I think they're calling Ethos now, is the reverse. I think the key has us go to our friends, and it could be Zero was also in trouble when it happened, so it could be a super reverse. Like when we use Asm's Crystal, you know, champions from beyond the rift, heed my call. We summon our friends to us when we need them. The key could be the opposite, where our friends kind of inadvertently summon us when they need us, which could be really cool. How that gets us to the 4th, because we don't know anyone on the 4th, I don't see how that would work, but it's an interesting idea, isn't it? But anyway, those are my thoughts on 7.5. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what 8.0 is going to hold for us. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm so excited. Have a good one.